Minasan, Okarinasai. Today is someone I've only recently become a fan of, and someone I don't see many people talking about, despite seeing her around all of the big festivals very often. And the fact that she's now the main character of one of the most popular and influential anime of all time. A series literally everyone on the planet knows about. We'll get there in a bit though. First, let me introduce her. Minori Suzuki, born October 1st, 1997 in Nagoya within Aichi. Currently affiliated with the agency E-Stone Music, while her music is under the Flying Dog label. Bit odd that the regular agency has the word music in it, but I've learned not to question Japan. And well, actually the day I recorded this, she announced that she left E-Stone, and the next day she joined Aoni Production. Pretty big upgrade. She's now in the same agency as Ayane Sakura and Miyuki Sawashiro, just to name a few. As a child around 5th grade, Minori started watching late night anime, which she started to love and actually inspired a dream of hers to become either a cartoonist, a manga artist for the Chow magazine, which specifically publishes shoujo manga series, but she also had the idea of becoming a voice actor, probably influenced by her father who liked anime and her mother who was really into music. She herself loved singing since she was a child and was also interested in voice-related work, as she was always studying the voice actors in her favorite series. In an interview, she once said that she remembers going as a family to live concerts, which of course helped her with the appreciation of the art. When she was in high school, she spent the entire year saving up money from a part-time job, and in her second year, she used all of her savings to go to Tokyo to study voice acting once a week. Towards the end of 2014, Minoringo applied for the New Diva and Voice Actor audition. This was for the upcoming Macross Delta series. This especially piqued her interest as she grew up idolizing Megumi Nakajima and Maya Sakamoto, who are icons in the Macross series, and Minori herself loved the Frontier songs like Diamond Crevice. On her way to the studio office in Harajuku for her final auditions, she spotted a curry shop named Mina's Apples. At that moment, she realized playing the role of Freya was her destiny. The character was supposed to marry an apple farmer, by the way, that's why apples are relevant to the story. Anyway, she won the part, beating 8,000 other ladies. The director of this series stated that they chose Minori because of her positive and active personality, which was very similar to the character Freya. 2016, the Macross Delta anime aired, and she voiced the character Freya Wion, performing as her in live action with the unit Walkure, the German word for Valkyrie. Over the years, they have had 2 full albums, 1 mini, 3 proper singles, 2 of which being doubles, and then 2 digital-only tracks. Highly recommend Walkure ga Tomaranai, absolute banger. It'll be linked down below. She also had 2 unnamed roles in Digimon App Monsters. 2017, all she had was Nami Hirano in King's Game, and Kirin in live animation Heart Algorithm. Well, there was some minor stuff, but I'll get into that later. 2018 was her biggest year for multiple reasons, one being her most anime roles ever so far, but also she debuted as a solo singer with her song Feeling Around. The opening for Miss Koizumi Loves Ramen Noodles. Shoutouts to Moipi, but also a double release of Crosswalk, the opening for Amanchu Advance, having a minor unnamed role in the show as well, and Rewind, the second ending for Cardcaptor Sakura Clear Card, also voicing Akiho Shinomoto. She even had her first album at the end of the year, Miru Mei ni Tobe. Other anime roles include Florus in A Certain Magical Index Season 3, Momo Shinozuka in Chiyo's School Road, Kai Anmei in Kakario Bed and Breakfast for Spirits, and Emma in Record of Grand Crest War. 2019, she's back to having only 2 new anime roles, Kitsuno Ikoma in Kochoki, and Tanako Kujirai in Majimoji Rurumo. As an English speaker, those were a whole lot of weird syllables to say in a row. But she also had new music, her 3rd single Dame wa Dame, ending for Magical Senpai. Shoutouts to the opening. 2020, she had her first and so far only photo book, Zenryoku Hodai, and another single, Yozora, ending for Asteroid in Love. A digital track, Ephemera wo Atsumete, second ending for Ascendance of a Bookworm, where she also voiced Rosina. Then she had her second album, Jomino, and she voiced Ui Ui in Shobai Rock Mashumerish. Mashumirish? I still don't know how to say that group's name. I probably said it wrong, but whatever. Anyway, the last thing for this year, Wadakure's song Mire wa Ono no Tame ni Aru was number 1 in the official Oricon singles chart for June 8th. 2021, another new song, Saihate, the ending for Fena Pirate Princess, while her Wadakure's sister Juna sang the opening. She debuted into the Pokemon anime as this little cutie named Regina, then her other 2 roles were just new seasons of Macross and Shobai Rock. But something pretty big for her, she won the singing award along with the other Walkure girls at the 15th Seiyu Awards. 2022 was another really good year for her. 6th single Broken Identity, the opening for I'm Quitting Heroing, where again fellow Walkure lady Inatoyama sang the ending. Also, Minori voiced Dianette, or maybe it's Dianette, but there is an E at the end which usually adds the A sound. Either way, Dianette, cool name. She also had her second digital-only song, Wherever, the ending for Black Summoner, also voicing Sera. Other Annie girls include voicing Mitsuru Horikawa in Daimon, Ota in Sabikui Bisco, and the Rabbit Woman in My Hero Academia's 6th season, the one that Deku saves from those racist mofos. It is technically an unnamed character, but I had to mention it. She also had 2 popular idol series, but only voicing in their short chibi spin-offs, Anna Shinonome in Petite Sakai, and Agnes Digital in Umayuru. 2023, this year, she has had her 7th most recent single, Musical. The opening for Sugar Apple Fairy Tale, also voicing a young lad named Benjamin. She even had her 3rd most recent album, Fruitful Spring. The song and album actually released on the same day. The last bit of anime characters include Maho Toyama in The Girl I Like Forgot Her Glasses, Uran in Pluto, which will begin airing on October 26th, and lastly, the most defining moment of her career, voicing Liko in Pokemon Horizons, the new main character of the franchise, well, for the next couple years at the very least, hopefully longer. Next year, she's already got the role of Shiori Yomiuri in Days with My Stepsister. I won't make the same joke I made in Yuki's video, but yeah, great title. She's only really had small, minor, or unnamed stuff in like 5 shows. The only one worth mentioning that I haven't already is Kira Kira Precure. She has about 10 video game roles, the usual Mage Record, Azure Lane, Grand Blue Fantasy, Contai Collection, and Arc Knights, then the obvious Macross Delta game, and even Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony. Then the 3 idol games, Tokimeki Idol, Project Sakai, voicing Enna as I said earlier, but also being part of the unit Night Court at 2500, like the time 2500, but that doesn't exist. That's a really cool name though, and one of the partners she has in this unit, I absolutely love her. But she's also in Idolmaster Cinderella Girls, voicing and portraying Hajime Fujiwara. I have basically went over all of her anime music credits, but when it comes to Macross Delta, she alongside the other Walkure girls have sang both openings and all 8 endings. Seems like it's pretty obvious, but I felt I had to include it. Now onto the concerts, which include all of Walkure's 4 full lives and their 2 tours, the most recent being back in May, marketed as their final live. Weirdly enough, the group has never been at the 2 big festivals, but most of the girls by themselves have, including Minori, who's actually been at Anisama quite a lot. Her first time was in 2018, and then she was there for the next 4 years, but I guess she was too busy for this year's event. Shoutouts to her Card Captors duet with Saori Hayami in 2018, and then the Shiny Days duet with Asaka in 2019. Then over at Animax in 2019 for the Osaka show, and 2022 Yokohama. She's also been a guest at some smaller shows like the Elise Annie Live earlier this year. As for her 2 big idol series, being at the Idolmaster Cinderella Girls 6th and 7th, the 10th Anniversary Live, and some spin-off lives like the 2021 New Year's event that they had, and the Like for Live show in 2022. She's definitely been at more shows from that franchise, but they have so many lives, if I sit here and list them all, it would take some time. She was also at the Tokyo Idol Festival in 2022 as her Pretty Derby character. Lastly, very recently she had a Pro Sakai event, looking great with Hinata. But as for their lives, well, it's all virtual, so it's just their voice, but I assume she was present for all of them. Not quite sure how their lives work, it could all just be pre-recorded vocals. Anyway, let's move on to the fun facts. So as always, I begin with the height, but hers actually isn't listed anywhere. Though comparing her to those in her Seiyu unit, she seems to be the exact same height as Juna, who also isn't listed anywhere. So, Kiyono Yasuno is 157 centimeters or 5'2", and Minori only seems to be a couple of centimeters shorter than her. So, I'm gonna say that she's 155 centimeters or 5'1". On social media, she's got both Instagram and Twitter X. She's also been on YouTube since 2020. She did do some variety videos in the beginning and even some covers. Those covers even getting added into Project Sakai. But lately it's just been all music related things like proper music videos and lyrical videos. She's also got a Nico Nico program called Mino to Tan. Suzuki lists the band Galileo Galilei, singer Nagi Yanagi, and Seiyu singers Megami Nakajima and Maya Sakamoto as her biggest influences. Well, at least in terms of voice acting and music. For those last 2 in particular, once having participated in one of Megami's handshake events. also saying that she completely idolizes her, as well as Maya, who actually helped write lyrics for Minori's song Crosswalk and Rewind. Minori was, and probably still is, a member of Maya's fan club and owns all of her CDs. And let me tell you, Maya Sakamoto has published a lot of music. Like we're talking at least 12 albums and 30 singles, and Minori owns all of it. Also, since they're all in Macross together, she has even performed with them on stage multiple times. And aside from Miss Sakamoto helping out that one time, Miss Suzuki helps write the lyrics for basically all of her songs, at least for the big singles. Her nicknames are, well, it's usually Minoringo, but she also has Kimi-chan, Mino-san, and Minori Taicho. She got the nickname Minoringo from her friends back in elementary school, though she has said that some of her friends just called her Mina-san. Would you look at that? That's what I call all of you. Anyway, she also has an official fan club called Minori Tai, or Minori Squad in English. Her hobbies are listening to music, running, and reading. She enjoys running because she used to be a member of her school's track and field club. Aside from her ambition to become a seiyuu or mangaka, she also thought about becoming a dollhouse craftsman. She loves eating apples and pork cutlets. She also loves pineapple buns, but is more interested in buttered pineapples. That is very unique. She also enjoys eating natto kimchi rice, tuna mayonnaise, just anything meat related, and melon pan. And her favorite flower is the hydrangea. She loves the manga group known as Clamp. Shoutouts to Cardcaptor Sakura, as always. But she also likes the author Maiko Ogawa, while her favorite manga series is Kare Kano, and her favorite anime is Mermaid Melody Peachy Peachy Pitch, which she saw when she was 6 years old. Prior to being cast in Project Sakai, Minori was already good friends with fellow group member Rui Tanabe, describing her as a person who is good at listening to others. She is also very good friends with pop singer Asaka. And finally, Suzuki alongside Sato are the most common family names in Japan. And her Project Sakai group also has Hinata Sato, so yeah, that makes sense. With that, we have reached the ending. Bit of an underdog here. Then again, maybe she's just been under the radar. I honestly believe with this Pokemon role, her credibility will go up a lot and we'll hear her in more shows. I hope so, at least. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed and learned something new. Please join me in the next one about someone who is very well known. Not to mention really respected, super popular, and very beautiful. I look forward to seeing you there.